I'll just share this one. Okay. It's
Pardon?
buffering.
This one is scratchy? Now it's good.
It was a second ago.
Okay. So I would like to call to order the August 7th meeting of the Niskayuna, Town of Niskayuna Economic Development Planning and Land Use Committee. Can everybody go around and just say their name so we know who is here, and then we'll do the people online. So Sarah Belofsky.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there it is.
Dan Bolke, Water and Sewer.
Kelly Darpino, Supervisor's Office.
Erin Cassidy Dorian, Supervisor.
Laura Robertson, Town Planner.
And then those online, please.
Janet Wayne.
Thank you, Janet. Okay, seeing that we don't have anyone joining us online or here today, we're going to move past public concerns and move on to our July 10th minutes. Any concerns, changes, questions about those? May I have a motion to adopt the July 10th, 2026 minutes? And second? Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Yes.
It was, I made the motion, Kelly seconded.
All those opposed? Great. Okay, let's move on to resolutions and for the Finance Committee meeting. A is a ceremonial resolution recognizing September as Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month in Niskayuna. This is personal for me. I'm an advocate for Ovarian Cancer Research Fund. And we think that possibly there are teal ribbons that were once hung here.
I remember them, but
Yes.
yeah.
So we may need to just have a little field trip. Yeah. It is a leading cause of, we'll talk about it, but it's a leading cause of cancer in women. And unfortunately, it's diagnosed often too late. So we will do that. A resolution appointing an alternate member to the Zoning Board of Appeals, Karan Gandhi. We're meeting with, we have Matt?
Yeah, I did meet with him.
Excellent.
So he's great.
He serves on currently.
The Board of Assessment Review. It's that board only meets like seasonally. Yeah. And he's a zoning board alternate, and Elena said it's not a conflict because the boards don't interact.
Terrific.
And yeah, he's an engineer and he's just looking to get more involved, and he was lovely. I really enjoyed meeting with him.
You say his name, Karan?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. So he is a welcome addition because I know we need to make sure we've got a full zoning board. C, a resolution appointing a representative to the Conservation Advisory Council. This is Mary Ann, do you say it Bonilla?
I think
Vanilla?
so. I remember her as Mary Ann Dutcher when she was on the planning board. So I'm not 100% sure how to say her new name, but yeah, she used to be on the planning board. I really enjoyed working with her, and now she's like now she's she's been a DEC lawyer. So yeah, so
Excellent.
Our CAC is going to get very professional, and
We've got some serious brain trust going on in the CAC. Awesome.
it's I can't think of a time when we've had lawyers on the CAC, but I mean, everybody kind of knows this. I like lawyers a lot. I think that they help our boards a lot when we have them too. So
Yes, because we have Renee now on
ZBA
too, right?
And
And
there's a
John.
lot of lawyers on.
Yes, that's where they tend to flock. So it's good to have them on CAC.
Lawyers love a good zoning.
Yes, love a little zoning ordinance. Okay, D.
Lawyer.
I was going to say, right. Yeah, we've got a few. A resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign documents related to the Climate Smart Committee CSC grant award, the $1 million grant for sidewalks on Cornelius and Birchwood. Can you just explain that, Laura?
Yeah, we did a resolution authorizing the grant, and it's pretty general. When we were looking at signing some of the documents that need to be signed for doing the work, it's not explicit enough. So Elena and I decided to do one more just to make sure that the supervisor has authority to sign everything explicitly.
And just give me an update on the timeline on that.
So it was awarded in the spring, and obviously I had a lot of issues with my surgery and my ACL and not being able to work full days. So I really haven't been able to take it on as good as I wanted to, but the goal is still to make sure that everybody on Cornelius and Birchwood has got the plans and can talk to us about them. And then possibly for installation next year would be the goal.
We need to work on the
And
page fund or something for.
yeah, because you talked about splitting it this year, which I think is fine because there's like no way
I
that I'll
think
get
that would
the,
be really helpful, budget wise.
there's no way I'm gonna be able to do the construction this year.
Janet, can you make a note, because we did set aside money for the match for this, and if the work's not going to be performed this year, we could maybe split the match from this year and next year, which, you know, sort of a drain on next year, but at least this year with all the unexpected things that came up, that would at least help us recover a little bit. So I just don't want to forget to talk about that.
We can talk about that at budget meetings too. Want me to put that in my budget notes?
Yeah, throw it in there. I think right now, though, what we could do is create a capital account in Munis and move, you know, half of the money now so that it's there. And then leave the other 250 in, not that we're going to use the rest of it. That'll get thrown back into fund balance.
Which will
And then
help.
next year we'll do the other
next
250.
Yeah. It does. I did. So I've been working really hard on the next item, the resolution awarding a contract for installation of safety signage for Niskuna schools. And, you know, we're trying to make all the signs meet the MUTCD and be all, you know, professionally designed and all the important things. And you can't do a rapid flashing beacon button, push button crossing without curb ramps on either side, which is why Schenectady actually did that on Grand Boulevard. But I think that the
Is that that's where we decided it was needed most, is Plum, right?
so I think Grand.
Okay, so if they put the ramps in though, now are we allowed to do it?
So you can't do the yellow flashing at the actual intersection. What our main treatment would be a flashing stop sign and an upgraded crosswalk at Grand, and then a rapid flashing beacon at right in front of Van Antwerp School District there. We would realign that crosswalk because right now it's crossing like diagonally through multiple streets. So you turn it so that it's perpendicular to the road, and you cross it with the minimal amount. You'd cross it right at the south side of Story, and then there's a tiny curve there, and then you cross to Van Antwerp.
Okay.
So, but it needs like three or four sidewalk panels, which I don't think the grant would cover. So I'm hoping that we could, it's not going to be a lot of money. I'm hoping we could take that out of sidewalks for this year so that I can finish that.
So, yes,
Oh, sorry.
this is leading me into something I wanted to add to the agenda that I forgot to tell you about. But a couple months ago, we talked about updating. So, okay, this is actually a twofold thing. We talked about updating. We have an ADA plan
Mhm, we did.
from 2020 or 2021, something like that. I don't know. It's hanging around there. Some of the stuff we've done, somewhere we'll pull it down and take a look at it. My thought is that we go through it and say, okay, here are the things that we've done. Here are the things that we didn't do because it didn't make sense to do them based on other, you know, whatever was going on. And then we update and come up with a plan moving forward.
Mhm.
The ADA line has become kind of a strange thing for us because we've used it toward grants that are, you know, big picture are for a lot of different things, but there's some ADA pieces in there. And so it made sense. But I'm wondering if we need to be a little bit more explicit about, particularly because we really don't have a sidewalk plan for our county roads and our and the state roads. And it gives me anxiety because like there's a section in front of St. Catery's that really needs to be redone. And there's so many people who walk. Route 7 up through where Aguda Akim is right there. There's a lot of people who walk on Saturdays, and we have no plan for those sidewalks. And it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the questions I keep asking when we're
Yeah.
interviewing our highway superintendent candidates, because we need a plan. And let's start with the ADA piece, and then maybe we have a kind of sidewalk maintenance plan that is an offshoot of that. But it's a bigger conversation. I think we need to loop in whoever the new highway superintendent's going to be, that we need whoever is going to help us with grants to try to see if we can find something to help us get started. But we need a plan, and we really we need to be paying more attention to these pieces. Not that we we don't have a lack of things on the to-do list, but this is something that needs to be added. But
To go back, okay, I agree. So to circle back
back
to
to
Laura, your
this.
immediate need, we
Yeah,
need,
wait, I can actually show you guys.
okay.
I'm,
I was gonna say,
I'm
I-
saying that because I think there is money left over in sidewalks because we paused
Mhm.
because we need a plan. So I'm fine with using money if we do have it left in there. And if we don't, let's take a little bit of the money that we were going to use toward the sidewalk match and put it toward that.
I do,
A little bit crowded because
Oh, can you send that to me? This is what I've been looking for because it's tough for me to consider.
me too. I was going to say, we probably could include this in the minutes
oh, I didn't.
for this
Oh
month.
yeah, we can. I didn't actually have it until yesterday. That's why it wasn't. in the
Okay.
packet.
Great. Okay.
But so they looked at all the different places to cross, and they looked at all the different signage, and yeah, this is what they think makes the most sense. Meeting the Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Design, the MUT.
I'm so dumb. Tell me where we are in relationship to VA right
Oh,
now.
whoops. Let me. I'll just,
the weird corner over there.
VA's right here. Do you see that?
Yeah, okay, now I know where we are. Yep.
So there it is. Yeah. So here's Story, and then that's the business is so this crosswalk is where the lady gets right into the road and protects everyone. But it's very hard if
Yeah.
right. It's very hard if there isn't a human there because it's uncontrolled this way and it's uncontrolled this way.
It's that one coming down the hill off
Right. So the
Balltown, yeah.
idea would be that you actually remove this crosswalk because it doesn't meet any design standards, and then you put one here, and you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. There's 5 panels of sidewalk.
Is there nothing there right now?
There's nothing there right now.
Listen, given the school reconfiguration and the effort going into that, I really feel like we should move this forward.
And then it's more expensive, of course, than we originally. So we probably won't be able to do the Your Speed is signs on Rosendale, but that's okay because everybody says this is our main goal.
I didn't even know we were doing those.
Oh yeah,
thought
we
this was-
we put as much as we could into the grant.
Oh, okay.
So I think we'll be able to do flashing stop signs and a crosswalk on Grand Boulevard.
Do we need plans for those 4 panels, or do you think we're okay with?
They're doing them, yeah.
The bell is saying about that.
But the Department of Justice grant, the DCJS, it's for signage. It doesn't handle earthwork.
That's okay.
Yeah, so
But we can
We-
figure out the panels, the sidewalk, paying for those.
we would pay for the sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Within the whole contract though, so we wouldn't even have to pay for MOB or DMOB. It's literally just going to be those panels of sidewalk.
But we will maximize the DCJS grant.
Yeah, we'll maximize the DCJS grant and then we'll pay for the sidewalk.
I mean,
Yay.
do we
Yeah.
have a guesstimate on that though, so that we can, how much, we should get a good
Oh, yeah,
estimate
she's-
on what it's gonna cost so that we can, okay. Can we run that by, actually send it to me and I'll run it by Don Weaver and see if he thinks that we have capacity to do it in-house, and if we don't, let's get it out.
Okay, that would be cool. It's $9,000.
Is the estimate on the cost of the work?
Concrete sidewalks and driveways, yeah.
But
So that's labor and
yeah.
materials?
7 cubic yards.
and materials, it might be better to just put it out.
9,000. Well, we just got the plans yesterday, but yeah, we will.
This was kind of relatively unexpected. But I think it's a better plan.
I agree. Because that, I've known without a human, I know.
Can't, well, and we are gonna try to hire a crossing guard. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna put it out
It'd be
there
great to have a human, but it's just
just in case.
the 5th, 6th, or
It will slow down traffic too, because your 2 schools at 25 miles per hour
Kelly, you
and
come
come
back to my
from the
comment.
interstate. This will significantly.
You gotta turn the mute thing.
It will significantly slow down traffic coming from CVS towards the two school buildings as it comes down to 25 miles per
I
hour.
know, and yeah, people go, and it's a weird curve, and the whole thing is wonky. Good place to slow down. Yes.
So the timing of this is terrible, and I apologize for that because I should have started it in like March, but we're gonna try everything we've got to get it done by the end of September. So I have on there the award of the contract for the installation at the end of August. It might be
The
something.
installation for the signage?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah.
You move, I'll work on the sidewalk piece. If we get the sidewalk in before school starts, that would be amazing.
It might be
In the middle
the
of
last
school.
week of September.
But that would be for signage, right? Or for
Yeah.
this, like.
Oh yeah, you could probably
get
do the
somebody to
sidewalk
do
ahead of
that.
time. Yeah, you could.
It
Yeah.
might, oh, if we have somebody on the
If
outside
we were
do it.
doing it or something, yeah, we could do it whenever yeah.
It's only $9,000 is what they're estimating for the cost of work. I think that's under.
Might be the
For public works contracts. Is it? If it's not, we can put it on for Tuesday.
There's two parts to the purchasing threshold. One is you're not going to have to go out to bid for it, but I don't know. I'm sure it needs some type of approval. Usually if it's, I think, what is it, 6,500 or 7,500 is your guys's.
Is that a Janet? Janet, do you know?
Public works is under both, right? So it's 6,500. So then it's probably finance approval, right?
then
We can look into
I'm trying to
that.
remember. Yeah, we'd have to look at the details. I want to say 6,500 for
I think
construction contracts.
6,500 as well. I'm trying to
So
pull
we're
it
gonna
up.
need, so we need to put a,
Level though, so 9,000, that's still under bid. So would that be finance approval or
board.
board approval? Even if it's board approval, we can put it on for special meeting.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's just put it on for Tuesday.
I'll tell the contractor that that's a possibility. It may still be fine to just award the whole thing. Well, unless we wanted to do, you're saying we would do it ourselves and just purchase.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so because we're so far behind on projects. They would kill me if I said we were doing it.
Yeah, so it probably doesn't make sense to split the concrete work out from the rest of it unless,
But what's the contract that we're accepting? Like who's doing this work?
yeah, so we're gonna bid that to general contractors. I'm gonna call all of them.
Okay, so either way, let's see, if we extract the sidewalk, we could get it done, the sidewalk piece done before school starts.
Oh, right, yeah, but
But this
um,
isn't gonna, you're saying this isn't gonna be done before school starts anyway, right?
probably not. If for some reason we're able to get a contractor who, I mean, we'll award it on August 27th if they are able to do it the very next, well, actually, school starts really late this year.
Yeah, the 9th or
It's
something.
late,
There's the
and it's
9th,
not a
yeah.
Huge project.
So maybe we'd still be able to get them to get
Let's
the
just
sidewalk.
move and
Yeah.
try to do our best to get it done with the understanding.
Well, here's the thing. If you can get the sidewalk in, even if the rest of it's not done, people will migrate to like where I think they'll start to sort of invite the behavior that you're looking to.
All right, let's do that. And then could we find some way, or maybe even ask Labella if they would give us a map of that? Something we could share with the school district, just
Yeah.
in case they want
Oh,
to share with their community.
Yeah.
And we probably, once you're good with it, we probably should do it as an online update. It affects a lot of people. Yep.
So I just got it yesterday at 3.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty
I got-
fast,
I
Laura.
got
I'm
it to
impressed.
Jordan too to make sure that he's okay with everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So please, with the
But Josh Hawley's been helping me with the county too, so the county's all involved and ready.
let's put it in the board packet for Tuesday if we can. Please, school district board, and then eventually online, maybe after Tuesday. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that takes care of E. F, contract for engineering for the bathrooms at River Road.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
yep.
put that in the packet. For once, it actually went down. Hooray!
The cost went down?
It was 10,000. Now it's $7,079. Partly because Matt Yeto sent me all his CAD drawing files.
Lovely.
Yes, and they said that they can use them all, so they're good to go. But I do think we should have one more meeting because every time I meet with the engineers out there, I've met with a couple different ones. like where they brought the utilities to is kind of on the side of the hill, and there was originally supposed to be a splash pad, but now there isn't. And so like it's like, do you want the bathrooms like sort of like, you know, like you have the pavilion, then you have the playground, then you have this big open space, and then you have the bathrooms? Or do you want the bathrooms to like fill the open space? Or I just want,
I thought we had figured this out, but it was Ray who I spoke with about it. Do you want me to, what's
just
the best way to communicate Ray's vision? Because we had already kind of worked this out.
oh yeah, I mean, I just think somebody just got a point, because there was one spot that I remember us talking about, which was like on the softball side of the hill, but closer to the playgrounds. But that spot doesn't work because of the size of the bathroom. You'd have to do sort of structural fill and a retaining wall because it slopes down. So because one of the engineers measured it, and it won't fit
Can I go?
on the other side of the
Okay.
pine tree.
Can we set that up and maybe we can
Yeah.
all go together?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be great.
I sent one email out, but nobody responded.
I'm like, I need to just sit for a day and go through all of my emails.
I'm happy to.
Yeah, because he's willing to design. He's ready to go. He's got all of the CAD drawings, and he'll update
Is that
the
a
building,
fall
but
project?
we have to tell him the final spot.
Is that is that going to be done this year?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It'd be hard if you bid something, and I mean, maybe if you could try it. If it's a very warm fall, late winter. But a lot of times contractors are behind on their contracts by the time it gets to this time, and so they're really not looking for a lot of bids. But sometimes you can get them. G is a resolution to make a secret determination on the planned unit development application for Niskuna Harbor. The applicant asked for us to pull that on the last meeting, and we're just waiting on them now. Right? Yeah. I have not. Nope.
I don't think so. Yeah.
And then H is a tentative introduction of a local law to amend the code of the town of Niskuna, chapter 142 noise. So I also put this in the packet because I thought it'd be good. Aaron had the ideas that, that came from the reading and the just general recommendations from the AI. And we talked about them a little, but I figured if I put them in the packet, we could really dive in. And I did some funny flyers. Jem and I did them in like 3 seconds. They were actually incorporating this stuff, which we haven't even incorporated in the code yet. So it's just to get an idea of like how quickly we can generate.
I'm very nervous that people are going to say and
Right.
I'm already hearing. From,
So
like,
we'll have to,
resistance, so.
we'll have to make sure that that's really clear to people.
And this introduction, the tentative resolution would be to call for the public hearing.
Yeah, that one we've actually just carried forward. I think 3 meetings. The board has continually asked for questions, but I think we should also decide on the other changes we're making on the noise control while I'm working on some of the things that the board was concerned about. So one of the things is like right now the zoning code is only decibel related, and there is a plainly audible like standard that we could put in there. I don't know how. I know every time it's kind of a judgment call that is harder in the courts. My understanding, like because like our lighting code is unreasonable glare, so the building inspector has to decide about unreasonable glare.
I thought
But I mean,
we
plainly
talked about.
plainly audible is in a lot of different codes. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm okay with putting it in. I wanted to see if Elena was okay with putting it in.
What do you think? I think Jordan was in favor of having.
It'd be plainly audible.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we talked about this last month, right? Which was that it's more likely you're going to have a police officer called on Saturday night to make the judgment, right? That was the
True,
discussion.
and Tom's the only one with the decibel meter, and he has to calibrate it when he's using it.
yeah, there's apps and things, but I feel like you could have 3 different apps that would give you 3 different readings.
I think you've got to do plainly audible, and then if it continues to be an issue, like with a frequent fire, you send the building inspector, and then you can, right, chronicle it
Kind of an
scientifically.
agreement that we could put something in there, maybe match somebody else's code.
Yep.
plainly audible, that
Yep.
would work. Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I
fine.
had.
So that's that.
Okay, yeah, that one's easy. So we'll put. Are you okay with that one, Elena? Okay.
I was looking for her for the headphones.
Designate a noise control officer and give clear ticketing authority. I I'm not sure we need that one because the code specifically says it can be enforced by police, code enforcement officers, and building inspectors. Yeah, what is
I don't
it?
think we need an
I
off.
literally copied and
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
that's good.
I looked at it.
That gives you something to react to. But I don't think appointing a person should be part of this.
No, that would be funny though. Can you imagine be like the hall monitor?
I'm like, you want to try to fill that job? You want to try to fill that job? Hmm. Actually, you probably have some candidates who might enjoy that job. Anything else? Laura, you looking?
Oh, that's weird. I'll have to double check it. I thought it specifically said who can enforce this chapter in it.
We talked about updating the technology, right? Like phonograph.
Yeah, well, actually,
Although turntables are coming back.
changed
I
it
don't
to-
know.
yes. So it says the operation of any audio device, or any other electronic sound amplification system. We took the specifics out because that way it won't get old. Because who knows what the technology will be like.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to check on that one. That's weird. Expanding the definition section, they recommended adding. So if you're going to plainly audible, then you also talk about ambient sound level and noise disturbance and stuff like that, which we have to add. The public right of way and real property boundary line, I think, is because they also recommend. And I honestly just do not know if this is a problem. I remember it growing up, but I feel like it hardly, as far as I can tell, ever happens. But now, when the cars drive by and they're absolutely booming the bass,
So
is that still a problem?
Yes. It's it being a block off of Balltown Road. Yep.
They definitely don't do it in my neighborhood. You do get it in your neighborhood? Okay, well then let's put that in there too then.
Mhm.
I would like, so I think.
Right. Unless you want to run out and chase it on your illegal e-bike.
Unless they're parking, like if they're parking near like they're parked and then
I
they,
think the backfiring in some of the cars that people put in is more, I mean, it's like worse than fireworks, the whole, you know, like. when
Well,
you-
it's trauma inducing because it sounds
is
like
such a
firearms.
trigger. It really
Mhm.
does.
it is a trigger.
So I wonder if we could put something in that would cover that as well. Why don't we have Jordan weigh in on
Okay,
these sections?
because I did get some sample code for each of these. I could put them in different colors maybe, and then you guys
Oh,
could
that'd be
say,
great. And then
okay.
why don't I
But-
have them, I'll add that to police and public safety.
Okay, so I'll add that in, but you might want to take it out. I think we talked about this before. The escalating penalties. Is everybody fine with the escalating penalties?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll put that one in.
This is one where I think if we do our job right, I do think we'll get a public hearing with some voices. And I think that's
Yeah.
helpful for this.
So
It impacts everybody.
so it says that we do parade permits and block permits. We could do a permit for.
We need to, this is a bigger conversation.
Oh, so maybe not do that one right now.
I think we could probably put something in, but we need to look at the other part of the code that we haven't updated. yet.
Oh, for the parade and the block party permits and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because we don't really do that the same way that other municipalities do, but we looked at changing it and adding an application.
talking
and
to the
turning
mic.
To a bigger conversation.
Okay, so
So,
this will
I
be
do
like
want to do this, I just want to.
maybe a different section of code.
And I also think we probably, I know this is tricky, but I do think that we probably need to have some kind of approach with how the town is going to gradually adopt this as well.
Oh, the for the gas powered leaf blowers.
Correct.
Yeah,
for
so
the
a
books.
timeline or graduate, like a phasing in timeline.
A phasing in timeline or whatever, however it can be.
Could we maybe reach out to some of the towns who've done it recently
Mhm.
in Westchester and see if they had any tips on messaging and kind of like making sure people understand the nuts and bolts of it so that, because I do feel like once you have that initial, people have that knee-jerk reaction, but then you talk to them about it and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it may
We
time
talked to
out.
some of the towns, so
Yeah.
we can probably reach back because Dan has talked to at least he's talked to several of them, and they all said that they got a lot of pushback from the landscapers, but not the people and people liked it so much that they ended up doing an outright ban a couple years later. It was very popular.
It's really important that we have the people from our community who are asking us to pursue things like this come to our meetings. because
I would
that's the
agree.
piece that's missing.
I'm saying that to them. They have traditionally come to the CAC, and then the CAC brings them to you, but you're not seeing them directly. So I am now telling
should
them
come.
that they should come directly to the town.
Mhm.
That is a better,
Yeah.
because we know that they represent a larger group, but we don't,
We need to hear their
Yeah,
voices.
We get privilege of the floor at the CAC more than planning board.
yeah.
We
Yes.
get people from the public that come to the.
Because
We
that's
had one
our
last.
community.
We
Mm-hmm.
had one on Wednesday who wants us to do a not allowing our cars to idle law, which I don't know. So
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Yeah, I think that's important. So, and it's actually, it will generate interest, which is why the message is important. But I actually think working through this during the fall, when people are attuned to it, is actually helpful as opposed to doing it in March.
yeah, when nobody's paying attention to
Mhm.
the law anymore. Yeah.
But we've got to come out and explain we're not banning completely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we could even call it something else. I mean, it says
Seasonal or
restrictions, but
something. Yeah.
we can make it more
Yeah.
language more friendly.
Off season. I think what I would call it is an off season
Really, it's just-
leaf blower, right?
Season restriction.
Off season restriction, because that's really what it
Yeah.
is.
So, okay. And then the other one, which is interesting, is a while ago we changed our
Is this still noise? You're still on
construction
noise.
hours. Yes,
Yep.
still noise. So we changed it. It used to be 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day. But residents complained about it, especially on the weekends, being really disruptive. So then we changed it to the weekdays of 8. On the weekdays, it goes to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I guess many towns actually have done a no construction on Sunday and holidays, just to give people like one day where they can like not have construction hours outside of their door.
Does construction happen on Sundays?
No, but I'm thinking like the homeowners doing construction.
Well,
I
and
don't want-
people that are doing their own projects. That's because they only have 2 days.
They have
Saturday
Saturday
and
and Sunday to
Sundays.
get it done.
No one has. I haven't gotten complaint about this in a while, so just close that one
Yeah,
out.
I think we can.
Can just not do that.
I do still get complaints for them starting at like 6 or 6:30 in the morning, which we go and addressed because they're not allowed to start until 7. But this would be a bigger change.
So we'll just keep it 7
We'll
to.
just keep it with it unless more
think
people
that's
come and complain. Okay. So this is an HVAC and a heat pump outside of, so that your outside AC can sometimes be quite loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that because I don't know how many I don't want to be mean to people who can't afford to upgrade their.
Especially
To be
right
honest,
now.
I don't really understand this one a whole lot.
I think it
I think
had
we're
to do with more from like a long.
Okay, so
I think for now we can leave that alone.
okay, so
And I mean, we have a lot of generators, but they go on once a week for
generators are
20
exempt.
minutes. Okay.
Yeah, and they can be very loud too, but they're important.
They are.
Okay, so we'll add in plainly audio. We'll check on the clear ticketing authority, expand the definition section. We'll at least try language for addressing the car booms and backfirings.
The only other thing is, and I can work with Elena, we have a kind of strange setup for garbage trucks, and
Mm.
it's
we
not
we
in
talked about that
here.
before.
Yeah, it's actually something we adopted via resolution,
It's in the garbage code, right?
and it's in the garbage code, but then we adopted a resolution after the fact that,
Because the code allows it to be changed by resolution.
Which is better usually.
So
okay,
the problem is that the resolution was done like back in the 80s.
Yeah,
okay.
They're done again since.
we should do a new resolution.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of complaints about garbage trucks, and they're starting earlier and earlier.
Mm.
That's because Ken used to really harass them.
Oh, is that why all of a sudden because it just
They're
gets
creeping.
worse? Yeah.
I'll have Kevin try and harass them more. It's not really harassing, but
No, it's
we
like,
call a lot.
follow the rules.
Yeah, we call a lot.
And it's how early,
And
not
sometimes
how many. I mean, the
we-
how many is the other part.
Friday, and on Friday, this guy's telling me they're sitting idling.
And
And
you're
you're,
at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
at my neighbor's house.
yeah.
And it's Friday pickup.
And what is the rule?
we should-
7?
So I'll put that 5 a.m.
I mean, this one is.
People
the
have to
problem.
call us. We need to know the address and the date that the truck was there, and then we call the
I'll forward it to you.
then
I
we
will.
call the company, and then they have GPSs on the truck, and then we.
Actually, I'll forward it to you.
Although I'm not 100% sure if we can like cite them. We
Well,
usually just
maybe
call
we-
them.
Can we add something in there that kind of talk about, I mean, whatever, we're putting all these escalating, penalties in for repeat offenders, and the worst offenders are the garbage haulers. So, and we don't have anything in for
It's a
that.
quality of life issue thing.
And that's more consistent than some of these one-off things that might happen. So is there a world where we put in some sort of penalty if they're not, because we shouldn't have to chase them and say, follow the rules, like, 15 times a year. Do other, that's, I guess, my question. Do other municipalities do that where they issue, maybe it's like a function of, well, next year when you go to renew your permit for these trucks, now you have this number of violations that you'll have to pay for to renew your permit? Right?
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder because typically when we ticket, if the building inspector doesn't directly observe the violation, then we have to have the person, the complainant, do like a affidavit. I think, right, Elena, that we use for our complaint.
One that I know would
But I
definitely
wonder,
do it.
yeah, because some of them get nervous, I think, about doing an affidavit, but some of them might do it. And then the other thing would be maybe we could ask if they could share their GPS software with us, because then we could have direct knowledge of when they were.
Do you think it's like a driver problem? Do you think this is a driver
and I talk
problem, or I know, a driver problem, or do we think this is a management problem?
It's usually so. Ken would really stay on this with them, and typically it would be new drivers that were causing the problem.
So
But they do have a lot of turnover. Yeah.
What do you think, Dan?
I feel like you had something, right? No? Okay.
We can table that for now.
Okay.
It's on my radar anyway, so.
Well,
we'll just
the
keep
other
going.
thing, because we did talk about it before, is would we adopt it? Would we update the code here, or would we update the
No,
garbage
we would
code?
leave it.
The garbage
yeah,
code,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. And
We
then,
might reference it here though and say it's addressed in this section.
Right, to
Yeah,
reference.
yeah.
yep, and then we'll move to the tiered penalties, and then we'll work on the language for the gas-powered off-season restriction. Okay, that's good direction, you guys. That gets us through that. So, I mean, I would say that, well, we'll leave it as tentative. It's probably going to even be September, but we'll see.
I'm sending this email with the one resident.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll send, the guys will call. They can call right away.
Good. Okay, we're going to move to discussions. Leishakill, Farmlands, Nature Conservancy. We have a tentative date for this. I'm just waiting to hear back from Leslie that she can join us next week, and we'll move forward on that. I'll get back to everybody. They have some workers working on the trails, which would be really nice. So I'm really pushing for that. I'll talk to you about contacting her. Grand Boulevard paving update, not street sidewalk.
They start, so the Grand Boulevard, I think, I don't think they've still put the striping down, but
No,
they
I haven't.
they are
They're
working
sending
on
me-
it. Yeah.
They're probably behind because they were doing that in-house. It's not a contractor. that's
Oh,
doing
okay. And then the Knott Street sidewalk. I don't know if anybody's driven down Knott Street, but they started.
They started.
it. Great.
Yeah, so that's great. I was talking to Josh about it yesterday, and it's been okay. Nobody's come out. Everybody's supportive. So I don't want to take anything.
Excellent.
It's going very well. And I don't know exactly what the cost estimate was. The town paid for that engineering with a grant, but the construction was too high and we weren't able to swing it. And then I think some of our county legislatures and Paul Sheldon said that they would do it. And they're doing it. It's probably, of course, multiple times higher than when we originally looked at doing it. So I'm very thankful for them picking up that and making that final connection, and also to the city, because the city is doing their side and paying for their side. And the city's, I think, one of the drivers for actually getting the bid out, because we did it all through the city's procurement process. So really good partnerships. Very thankful to everybody on that one.
Excellent. Okay, fall drone footage. So we have a grant through DOC for Metroplex. We hurried up to make sure we included Niska Day. I just wanted to have a quick conversation here and put it out there. I'd love if people are out taking little clips, if they're out in different places in this nice weather into the fall. If you've got a great picture that you took of an eagle or anything in the public spaces, we'd love to have those. You can just email those really anywhere at town hall, but to me
I'm
is fine
almost wondering
too.
if we do a submission, because I was thinking about putting this out there for comp plan pictures too.
Oh,
I
so
bet
maybe
you
we
our
should do something.
residents
I like to submit pictures.
I
I mean, Tree
think we
Council
Do,
does it all the
Tree
time. They
Council
like
does
to
it,
submit
right?
pictures.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's formalize it.
Why don't we do a whole thing? Can you work on that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you get
Great.
kind of okay, and I have a couple ideas about how to embed it into the website, and we'll just have it all plopped into Google Drive. Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably
And we
have to
can
use
do
Google, 'cause Tree Council uses their own website for
Okay.
people to upload the pictures.
Yep.
We've never done it through our website,
We'll
but
give it
I'm
a
sure we
shot.
could figure it out.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we can. And short video clips are okay too. And then we just need to come up with, I'm going to talk to Ashok because I think I can use the inventory that he did. The open, what was that?
Natural
Open-
resources.
Natural resources.
That's actually in the link that I sent last night.
Yeah.
You can click through there, and there's a town reference Google Drive, and it's in there.
Because I feel like that's going to be the basis of what we can't, we're not going to be able to do everything in this video, but I do want to make sure we've got a good shot list for them to complete and figure out with Lori, like what's a good Saturday for them to get soccer and football and fall baseball and kind of capture it all.
That'd be fun.
I have to forward you, Lori's Courtney went through the parks and sent a list of things that they might be needed. So I just need to forward, she's got a different email for each one. So I just forward you her emails.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
And actually with the submission, if we can make a note, people tend to, if you just leave it open, it feels very sort of,
Yeah.
but if we give them a list of things we would like pictures of, I think that would be more directive and we may get more response. Great. That would be awesome because we're going to try to do that in the fall.
People take really beautiful pictures. and
Yeah,
you
they
know.
really. That's why I'm like,
Yes.
why are we trying to? We may as well use what we, like I've taken pictures where you're like, geez, this is gorgeous. And then you put it online and it goes away on your
It's
feed.
right.
Or whatever. It's like, let's memorialize.
Go back and
these.
look at them. And the teenagers now are all going back to buying digital cameras.
I know.
So we may be able to spur some of them as well.
It's probably better for them.
Yeah, it is without the phone.
Get the phone out of your hand. Okay.
It's also not like immediately uploaded to everywhere and every place.
Before your cognitive brain has decided it's a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Grants. You want to
We
take
kind
that
of
one?
went through those,
You
right?
did, right?
Yeah, actually, I just put those are the two that I've been working the most on. but
I
yeah,
only
we can
have
talk
one
about them.
addition to the county projects
Yes.
because they wrote a newspaper article about it, so I'm bringing it up. There is a
Circle.
what are they calling it? I don't know why. they're
Oh,
calling
it's a
that.
roundabout, the Rosendale.
Yeah, I think at least I thought this project was somewhat dead. It is
Okay,
not.
so this did strike everybody by surprise. I was like, how have we
well,
never
they
heard
came
about
in
this?
to talk about the pavement striping
Yeah.
and fixing that, and then that spurred the kind of like, okay, let's talk about all the other stuff that you guys have, and then they started talking about the circle again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought that was like not happening, but it's sounding
Yes.
like, what did they say? 2028. I wrote it down somewhere. It's probably in the article as well, but I think they figured out a way forward. And
Without-
that's going to be kind of, I think, a sticky mess
For a while. And it was a sticky mess because Old River Road was closed for so long. I mean, that was a
So
major
I think
problem.
we probably need to get some, let's just keep talking about it so that we remember to get some good messaging out once we know what the real timing of the project is, because they're going to have, that Rosendale's going to be ripped up for a couple years, I think.
Yeah, with the raised, right? We're raising for the water line too.
Yeah.
And
So
what's
we-
that time? That's sooner, right?
That's next summer,
That's-
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Planning board update. I don't have my,
It's in the, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It's not.
So it's, oops. So Dave sent it.
Yep.
He noted that we recently approved the Sally's Diner at Rivers Ledge.
Yep.
It's very exciting. And we approved the local infusion, which is a medical infusion company on the space that was formerly occupied by Blaze Pizza. So hopefully that those two businesses will help serve our residents and bring people to the town of Niskuna. And we're still working on, well, they're still waiting on the next steps for Niskuna Harbor. Niskuna Fire Department 2's doing some renovations and site work.
Can you just explain to me how that works? That's both, this is just informing me.
Yeah.
For that work, that's state funded? How does
Fire
how,
District 2?
yeah.
Oh, I don't actually know how they fund their renovations.
Do you know?
No, normally they have
Bond?
You pay.
taxes.
We're
taxes.
covering that.
No, like they're a taxing
a-
authority.
yeah,
like
they have there's a line item
there's
on
a
your
piece
tax
in
bill.
your tax bill that
That's either
Okay.
of your
Fire
taxes
1 or
that
Fire
goes to
2.
Fire District.
So are we covering all of that renovation and what is the approval?
No, the town board doesn't pay $1.
We
They
don't
have
have
their
That's
own
their
taxes.
district and they're
Yeah,
raising it
They
themselves.
do have a budget process similar to the
Mm-hmm.
towns. They just don't.
It's just not as publicly sort of laid out, right?
They
Okay.
have board meetings and put it. They
It-
do
it's
everything
open.
publicly.
It's
yeah.
it's just not as popular as us. you
Yeah,
know?
Similar
it's
to a
like the
school
school
district.
Similar to
Okay.
a school district, similar to Fire One. But yeah, it's something we try to. We can go over it at budget season too, but it's something we constantly are trying to educate the residents on, that when you come in to pay your tax bill, we're only 15% of that. The town is 15% of that bill.
Yeah, that's
1-5.
amazing.
So, yeah, that's like part of our ongoing educational component here at the town of Niskuna.
Good messaging.
Yeah, the county has its own line. The fire district has, like, I'm in a lighting district that has its own line.
Yeah.
And then the school is like
Yeah.
a giant chunk.
Okay.
So they are adding a decontamination area for their guys because when they go into the fire,
Mhm.
the fires are burning a lot of bad things that
Mhm.
people, aren't meant to be burned. And so they are making this area where they can kind of like just walk in and put everything into special washing machines and then take the decontamination showers and then sort of come out the other side without any chemicals on them. So like that's really cool. And then another addition to the back for their community sort of room there.
Mhm.
I think they're working to try and have like maybe one full-time staff if they possibly can, but they're still working on it. It's not.
Are they expanding their community room?
No, I think it's more like adding an office.
Yep.
Well, a little bit of an expansion because the community room is tiny,
Okay.
but it's not a big expansion.
Okay.
And then a little bit more parking in the back, and then some more stricter striping in the front to try and keep cars from parking in front of the fire district fire truck bays.
And then don't we have someone going into
Sometimes
the,
park in
oh,
front.
sorry. I love to talk about the new businesses. I think Sally's Diner is going to be a fantastic
Yeah,
addition
So exciting.
because it's bike trail accessible,
Mhm.
That's so
right? Which
cool.
is so
Love
cool.
it.
You can
And
have a
then we're gonna the ice cream
destination.
window facing out.
It's going to be
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I love that.
The Infusion Center is going to Blaze. The Pilates, I can't remember the name of it, is
Yeah,
going
that's,
in here in Market
Market
32.
Place, yeah.
And then isn't something going into GNC? Was that on the list?
Yeah, that
GNC
just came.
closed? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's potentially going to be a Jersey Mike.
Jersey Mike, potentially. We're not. That's
It's just not on the planning board agenda yet,
okay.
but that's what we've heard.
Okay. Anything else coming or that we should know about on the business
Well,
side?
the Rosada Mart is coming to the planning board for some updates, maybe expanding some of the food that they have in there.
Okay.
And then a 2-lot potential subdivision on Pawtucket.
Good. Zoning, you said just one variance. They've been
Yeah,
kind of
I don't know
sleepy,
what's
huh?
happening, you guys, because normally in the summer we have like 10 zoning board cases.
Inflation.
Yeah,
And
it's
nobody's doing
crazy.
projects.
We had one case last month and one case this month.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that
be that
in the
slow.
summer. Like maybe in the winter.
It's expensive.
Because usually we have pools. Like we're getting like no pool permits, none, 0. It's like nothing.
No, you can get a
Um,
contractor pretty quickly, which is usually not.
Yeah,
The
it's
case.
really different.
Mhm. Conservation Advisory Council.
Yep. So we had a good meeting on Wednesday. We were able to focus on the climate smart task force side of the CAC, which was good, and talked about and things that they can do to help with the Quiet Niskuna and get more information to people and things like that. So,
Is the composting, is that moving?
oh yeah, this is
Somebody else
a
asked me
happy
about
thing.
that.
Yeah,
Community
it's almost done
composting.
over at the library.
Okay, so
Um,
let's make sure we do something
yes.
like an event to open that up. I'll
Yeah.
bring my compost.
Yeah.
Speaking of the library, do we know if the town, I know the town maintains the grounds around the library, but does anybody know if the boardwalk back there,
That belongs to us.
it belongs to us?
It's actually on our property, not the library property.
Ah, okay.
It was
Um,
part of Joel Bezoin built that. It
Yep.
was part of the wetland mitigation for Orchard Park subdivision estates.
And do we do anything over there? There's poison ivy all over it.
Oh,
No, I don't think we do.
All right, so that's a parks conversation.
Yep.
It used to not be so filled with Phragmites, and you could see the wetlands a
It
little
needs
more.
we need a
It needs
power
a
washer
clean.
back there to
Okay.
just like get the gunk layer of grime off of it. It needs some work.
The idea of it, which I wasn't here for, but Joel has told me about it multiple times, is that it was an education piece. So you could see the different ways that the wetlands were functioning. So that was part of the wetlands mitigation for the subdivision. But because the Phragmites grew so much, you really can't watch the wetlands at work anymore.
No,
Yeah.
it's like a hiding spot.
It's like a hiding spot.
yeah.
Have you
It
been
is.
back there?
I actually
gotten a
like to
while.
walk it.
No.
A while.
It's very shady.
It does make me wonder, yeah,
Is it
what
bad?
goes on back there.
But that's why I'm sort of like,
Mm.
maybe we leave the poison ivy.
Oh, dear.
As a deterrent.
I'm a little worried about the
I don't know what to do with that thing then. It's not like,
Is there grant DEC grant money to
What do we
get
even do with it,
Yeah, I know.
I think you probably need to redo the path and probably like cut down the Phragmites a little so that you can see the wetland again. I don't know. The school was working on it for a little while. The school has an environmental club and they got approval from, I think, the DEC or someone, and also us because it's our land, to cut down sections of the Phragmites and see what could be done with that wetland over there. But it's definitely getting degraded by the invasive species.
they walk down, I know they have classes that walk down here from the high school.
They're learning. Yeah, they do. They learn there.
So is that, I mean, it's not Climate Smart Task Force. Is that something where there might be someone on the CAC that might help us
figure
and
out
be
what to
the
do with that?
school liaison and maybe bring the
Yeah, I don't know
work
what
with
to
the
do with
kids and give us some, I mean,
It would be great if we could somehow wrap up some kind of project over there with a school project.
or maybe Marianne and Larry would know who at DEC to talk about if there's some kind of like program or something.
Yeah, we could ask them. I mean, maybe Prism. I think the issues,
We let it go.
are that it's
We
it's
don't know what to
very
do with it. I'm
overgrown.
sure
It's
that's-
the issue.
Well, that's what I
I'm
mean.
sure
I'm
that's
trying
why
to
it
gather some
left.
information about what to do about it. I mean,
you cut it and it's going to come back, and I mean, it's that is a constant like
Battle.
Stay
I
on.
know.
are you saying the boardwalk is compromised when you say a new path?
I don't know.
I
I
haven't been
do
out there.
walk it every once in a while. It's a little iffy,
It's
but it holds
not-
me.
Well,
It
then we're getting into
doesn't.
liability.
Well, that's why I'm like, what do we do with it? Because we don't know what to do with it, and it's gonna fall apart. It's already kind of rickety. So what do we do with it?
Yeah, I think we need some CAC members and maybe, I don't know, someone that can give
Got
us
ideas.
some ideas about
Yeah.
what.
Well intentioned, but years
I
later.
think it actually did work quite well for a little while.
Yeah, well, that's what I
But
mean. Like
it is a
it's-
constant maintenance thing.
Okay.
So Dart and I have been meeting. My intern and Aaron's intern both did some pretty nice updates to the chapters, and all of the chapters are uploaded into the shared drive except for the historic preservation chapter, which we just have to make sure we have the most updated version of. And then we're really driving towards releasing the drafts a little bit at a time and letting people look at them. No, internally to the people first, and then when everybody's had their input and we're pretty happy because we did do a ton of public outreach.
We did, I know.
Yeah. And, then we'll release the document and then do another round of public.
Public out.
Yeah. But we just want to make sure that internally people feel like everything they're both what we heard from the public before and then what, we experience.
I mean, do you think the end of the year or maybe the beginning of the year for
shooting
public
for the end of the
outreach?
year.
It'd be great. Okay.
Yeah. The problem is then we have these other grants that have the super, super high deadlines and then they take the time up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We've done, listen, we've accomplished,
Yeah.
there's a lot
There's a lot
happening.
going
There's a
on.
lot going on.
I missed that though. We are gonna send the drafts out.
Internally.
Okay, and they're in a folder right now, right? That we could share with the board.
Yeah. mhm,
Okay.
We can share it with the board.
Why don't I do that? Because I just sent them a little hub where I'm kind of putting all of the links of the things.
It's the draft chapter. So the only chapter that's missing in there right now is the historic preservation.
Oh, I thought we had that one. Oh,
Well, we've been working on it a lot, but we made a lot of changes. We just want to make sure that the most up-to-date one is loaded.
that's right. That
yeah,
was the conversation.
And then also we're adding a trees and climate chapter.
I thought we had a trees chapter. No?
No, we talked about it. We've been writing it.
Well, we could probably
Might not
use
be in
some
there
of the
yet, though.
detail. Okay, so
No,
then
I think it is in there because Jacob was writing it for me.
Where is that living? Have you shared the actual folder with me?
Yeah,
Okay,
but I can
so
send
I
it
have
again.
it somewhere. You don't have to send it again. If it's in there, I can find it. I just want to put it into this landing page that I did for the board.
Yeah, so they
trying
can
to
go in
get
there
them-
and see the work that we're working on.
Yeah,
That's a good
that
idea.
way, it's no light Saturday reading.
Yeah, I actually haven't looked at the changes to the park chapter yet, but I will.
It's very exciting.
Yeah,
Well, and
he's on the.
he's on
Yeah,
the
he knows. Yeah, he's got some pretty depth knowledge.
ARB.
Yeah, Clark had a regular meeting with them. They're doing very good. I have a person who's interested in being on the architectural review board. I don't think she has construction or architectural experience, but she would like to help. I like her. Her name's Kadi. She was on the comp plan committee.
What's the harm in adding her?
I feel like it's okay, except I don't like they're giving people sort of professional advice. So if she's reviewing planning board projects, it's certainly fine, I think, to have sort of an opinion. But the problem is if they're looking at the way that like roofs connect and stuff, and they're trying to help
Yeah.
somebody with
It's not an aesthetic decision.
Right.
It's kind of grounded.
Sometimes it's an aesthetic decision,
sometimes
right?
it's
Or
aesthetic
no?
and sometimes
I don't
it's very
know.
technical.
Okay.
Which
I don't know the answer.
okay, we'll talk about it more.
Okay.
And then the building department, we're working with Sarah on a list of the projects that are coming to temporary final CO. We do think that 46 Commerce Park will get there.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
We're trying to create more so that we're in contact with businesses. They're in their process. I mean, they're obviously in contact with the planning department. But that once they're close to final CO, that we're welcoming them. I mean, some, right, Commerce Drive, everybody and their brother wants to be part of that ribbon cutting. But the smaller ones, I just think we need to create a process where we're welcoming them and telling everyone that they're open because we want to be friendly to invite more businesses to come here. Anything else from planning?
Not unless you guys had questions for me.
No. Elena, anything on your end?
Kevin did send me informations
Oh yeah.
that were reviewed and sent back, and I haven't heard anything more, so I don't know where we stand with those ones. But
Is that the short-term rental ones?
no, it was the same owner. One was chickens, but there needed to be changes made.
Okay. So we need to get back to you on, they have to make the changes that you requested to informations and finalize them.
One of the ones I made the changes. The other one was literally identical to the first one, but it was clear it was supposed to be a different violation. So I needed the factual allegations to be changed to reflect that.
Sometimes, yeah, we have violations for everything. People are always up to something.
Isn't that the truth?
Good comment,
Sometimes it's roosters too.
Roosters, okay.
Sometimes, which aren't allowed.
And then Metroplex, Doc's not with us. I don't think we saw anything in.
No, we can follow up with him.
Oh, Metroplex, we started a conversation about Bellevue, but we didn't really follow up. And I talked with Phil Steck's office, who said they would be willing to sort of help too. So maybe we want to set a follow-up meeting about figuring out what will be good. It's not emergent, but maybe we do something in like October or something, get everybody together and say, okay, the plans are now hopefully almost
Yeah, because
together.
they'll be out to bid, I think, by October.
Yeah, I think
potentially.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do Bellevue follow-up for October.
And then everybody keep sending the good thoughts and fingers crossed for the Safe Streets for All grant.
When do we find out? Don't know. Okay.
Okay, so before we close up, I just need to I started jotting them down. Inform, I think we should let people know the changes are coming to Van Antwerp in September, right? The change in, that you can report the garbage truck violations. They need to note to the planning department, building department. And then I think starting to make sure we're talking about, like you said, the Rosendale Old River Road roundabout. I think it's a roundabout, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Roundabout.
I don't know if they have plans yet, though. Do they have plans? Did they say they had plans?
I think it is all designed
Okay.
years ago.
But
Oh,
didn't they
But
switch
they-
the design because now they're
I'm
doing
sure
that
it's-
other house?
Yeah, they
Okay.
were gonna. So the reason it felt like it died is because they were gonna move the house, and it was a historic
Yeah.
house, and then they did all the work and realized that physically it really can't be moved.
But then they went over to where
I
that
think there's
other
some
house
archaeology
is.
Now
and then
they're
there's-
moving-
yeah,
now they're
artifacts. They
doing
kept
a
calling it
different-
Yeah, they're
artifact.
doing the whole thing over on the other side.
so
now.
is it on the Old River, that house, or this first house as you come around?
I think it's the one that's in it's like the White House, right?
Tucked
That's
in.
Yeah,
back
so the
there.
house that's like almost up against the guardrail is the one they
Yes.
were going to move.
Right, yeah.
Right,
But they're not going
They're
to
not
move.
that's
touching that.
historic. So it's
now
got to
they're
shift
over on the other
uphill.
side.
I think the one that's on the River Road.
On the River
old
Road
River
side.
Road.
Old
one,
River
Yeah.
The
Road
first
side.
one
that
in.
has the
Like if you're coming down the hill,
Artifacts.
it's on the right-hand
Yeah.
side.
Yes,
Yep.
okay.
bottom of the hill.
Okay. I feel like that project and the raising of Rosendale for the flood evacuation, we should be talking about on the monthly, because we just are going to have to pound that
We
into
need people
people's,
to understand
yeah.
it's going to be kind of a mess. Yeah.
And we may need, I don't know,
We
Dan,
can.
if, can we do like I'm wondering if we do like a map that lives on the website that explains time frame and,
We were going to add the
Okay.
project, so why don't we do that as a part of that project? And then as we get more information, we can just keep updating. But I think also we might want to fire off some press releases as we get closer,
Mhm.
like
And I would see
strategically.
what the county has as far as
Yep.
their notification.
Sometimes they have their own website.
Yeah, they might hire.
They
I think
might.
They have, no, not for the roundabout. They have
Sometimes
one
they do.
up for
We may
the-
be able to repurpose their information, but I think it's got to live with us and be findable, right? And then we encourage people to, check out these new businesses. Sally's Infusion's coming, the Pilates Studio's coming.
Sally's
And
isn't open yet.
it's not yet either. And I think we should remind people 15% of the bill that they pay is the town.
Oh, we've tried so many times and we
We'll
just
just say it
can't.
again. And then celebrate, obviously, the Not Street Sidewalks. I think the way you presented that, and I hope you'll do that. I don't know if you can do that again, but just this idea that it's an example of government working well and working together to get it done. And also the River Road Park bathrooms. As a softball mom, I will say that's a welcome addition to having spent weekends at that softball complex. New bathrooms are certainly welcome. Anything else that I missed? I think we're good. Great. We are going to adjourn at 10:06 a.m. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a good weekend. We will meet again September 4th at 9 a.m.
Bye, Janet. Bye, Trish.
Bye, Janet. Bye, Trish. Thank you.